Today on Suncoast View, a facelift for a downtown Sarasota movie theater. We'll tell you what's in the works for the Hollywood 20.
And we're thrilled that Linda Carson is back with us. She'll talk about her close call with skin cancer and the importance of checking your skin.
And Tony Bennett's in our studio today, or at least somebody that sounds just like him. All that more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our good friend Marcia Panucci. Great to see you.
It's great to be here.
Welcome back, Marcia.
I'm so happy to be here on this special day.
It is. Obviously, we
yes.
have all survived the eclipse
Yes,
if
we
you're
have.
seeing us, so that's a good thing. And Linda, we are glad you are back as well, and we're going to talk about what you went through last week, and we appreciate you coming back bandaged and all.
I was going to say, are we just ignoring this huge thing on my face?
It's not huge, but I'm sure it feels huge. I mean, it's hard
I can hardly see around it. It's so big.
You're definitely brave.
Well, what was my other option?
And that's why I love Linda, because that's your attitude about everything, right? You can either just put your head up and deal with it, or what's your other option?
But it's over. It's over, and it was only a week ago, so that's a very good thing. I wish all things were solved that quickly.
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, we are going to talk about what Linda was up to while she was off. But first, we want to mention that Jerry Lewis passed away over the weekend, as many of you no doubt saw. And Linda, we were talking about it this morning, and we thought, I wonder if Linda ever had the opportunity to meet him. And then we found a picture, because at this point in your career, there are few important people you have not had the opportunity to meet. So tell us about your interaction with Jerry Lewis.
If you stick around Sarasota long enough, everybody's going to show up. He was appearing at the Van Wezel, and I'd been told he was really mean, and he would be very difficult. So we went over to interview him. He was so nice. He was, and he said, they've got me in this really neat suite. You want to look around? So we all toured this really top suite at the Hyatt and had a great fun. And he would say, oh, look at this. Can you believe it? It's so nice. So he was just like a regular awestruck person staying in a great suite. So he was a really nice person.
Well, good. I know he enjoyed his touring in his last few years, I was reading. So it's nice that even, you know, after MDA, he was still able to get out and do some things on his own. So.
I did the first Jerry Lewis telethon in Atlanta back when he, that was in the early 60s.
Right,
so.
and I did many of them through the 90s and early 2000s. That's just what you did on Labor Day.
Yes.
As a television anchor, you knew that Labor Day was not an off day, that you would be doing the MDA telethon.
We did them right here in Sarasota.
Yes, we did them at the Hollywood 20, we remember?
Yes.
We were all there.
Oh, good, we've known each other a long time.
Yes, we have.
And so it continues. Well, of course, we have fond memories of him and his visits both in Sarasota and throughout the telethon. Well, let's see who's in the kitchen today. We welcome back Chef Larry Barrett from Simply Gourmet with some gorgeous colors. What are we making today, Larry?
Today, something very different, a vegetarian tartare. It's sort of like a Greek salad with a French technique. That's what we call it. I think you're going to like it. It goes really well with summer and some really crispy toasts.
Okay, looks great and very creative and very healthy. Yes.
Very pretty.
Always good to start out the week on a healthy note. So in honor of the eclipse, since if we're seeing this, we have survived, we do have from our friend Chef Paul Madison. So Chef, come on in. What do we have here?
Oh my gosh. Did you see that eclipse? Was it cool?
I did love the eclipse, and I love what we're seeing right here.
The total eclipse of an egg.
Oh, this is hysterical.
It's the eclipse of an egg, yes. I can take my viewing glasses off now, I guess.
Yes, you can. We're safe. We're safe without our glasses.
But no, we thought we'd have fun with such a cool occasion, and so we made a burger, and we're calling it the Eclipse Burger. And we have it in varying
stages
of the eclipse. So you have the quarter,
On the beginning. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
No, you're almost totality.
Is that a mushroom?
It is. It's a portobello mushroom on top of the fried egg.
So the
on top
moon
of
shadow is represented by the portobello mushroom.
Yes.
This is a really good idea, by the way. If you can't get out to do this at home, I'm thinking my kids would love this. And then, of course, the fried egg is our son on top of a burger. This is a great idea.
And if you've never had an egg on top of a burger, you don't need ketchup or mustard or anything else. That
you
egg
just
yolk
let the
becomes
yolk?
the sauce.
Yeah.
Oh.
So look at how perfect. I've never made a perfect egg like that. I mean, just look at it.
It looks gorgeous
It's
and,
real.
a very creative idea. And I see we have our choice of sides
Yeah,
as
we did
well.
a little
How come
Madison's
you got
house
the
salad,
fries?
little slaw, little
You're healthy.
over
Linda's got the Band-Aid. She deserves the fries. All right, and Chef, you say these will actually be on the menu at Madison's all week?
We're going to run them all week long, yeah.
What
So
a
you don't
great
have to
idea.
worry about trying to make that egg come on by and we'll make it.
Exactly.
Our egg would never look like this.
All right.
Well,
Love
enjoy.
it.
Good to see all of you.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thanks. See you soon.
I don't know if I want to pick up the egg and eat it with my hands on TV, but we will leave that and enjoy for
We have a
later.
commercial break coming.
Oh,
Don't worry.
absolutely. It's not going to go to
We want to see you
waste.
do that. We'll wait till you
Yes,
try.
that's all right. I think I'll keep moving. It is time for our first hot topic, and the Hollywood 20 movie theater in Sarasota is getting a facelift. A new $3 million renovation includes new seating, upgraded technology, and a modern bar area. However, it will now be the Hollywood 11 with fewer but more luxurious theaters. Two other high-end theater chains are proposed for the Suncoast at University Town Center and near Ellington. But will this upgrade help the east side of downtown? What do we think?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that corner there has kind of been forgotten in the past years, and it was actually revitalized with the Sarasota Film Festival, and now that's kind of dwindling. I think it's a great idea because a lot of people don't like to go south.
Yes.
So they will go east.
And we need to keep it downtown. We need some excitement downtown, so I think it's a great idea. I love that theater.
Hopefully, they will revitalize that parking garage.
Well,
That
as part of
parking
it,
garage
yeah.
needs help.
It does, but the restaurants are already there. I mean, Maid is down there. Beulah's has opened in the last year. I mean, there is traffic and reasons to be down there.
But I think it's different during the week when people are coming from work or during lunch or something like that. But on the weekend, it's a completely different environment, almost like becomes a ghost town on that end.
On that side?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, then we
hopefully they'll
definitely need
still
it.
have the senior
Discount?
card, the discount. And it's the only time
The
I say it.
matinees?
I say it at Dunkin' Donuts and at the Hollywood 20. I'm a senior, and then they give me a discount.
This is one of the richest ladies I know. Who worries about a discount at the
But you know what?
theater.
How do you think I got that way?
Oh, that's
And
fair.
you have earned that discount. That is
There you
not
go.
one you apologize for. All right, well, we hope it happens. And by the way, I should clear up that I'm not saying it's going to be renamed the Hollywood 11, but there will only be 11 theaters.
Well,
Well, that
if
makes
it's
sense.
11 theaters, why would it be the Hollywood 20?
Because it's hard to change.
Minus 9.
Right, that's all.
I mean,
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Are people going to know where the Hollywood 11 is?
I don't know.
Hey, they call it the Big Ten, and there's 14
That's
teams.
right.
I'm just telling you, names are hard to change. But there will only be 11 theaters, according to
I'm
the
just
redo.
excited. Whatever the name is, I just want the new look because
agree.
that's what
Yes.
makes that area look
New
good.
energy. New energy needs new energy. Well, speaking of new energy, re-energizing malls is not as simple as just a theater facelift. Darkened storefronts are leading to some very interesting tenants inside many malls across the country. Goat cart tracks, indoor golf, even a Madame Tussauds museum in Nashville. Westfield Siesta Key is becoming a restaurant destination, and now there's even a rumor that IKEA could be coming to Sarasota Square. I'll burst your bubble here. That rumor did prove to be false, according to IKEA corporate. But what would you like to see inside our malls to increase the traffic there?
I was excited about that IKEA.
Yeah.
I was getting very
And then you
excited.
just killed it like
Yeah.
2 seconds later.
Let's call IKEA and tell them think again.
They had a whole list of reasons why it doesn't work, and Tampa being too close was one of them.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going to drive to Tampa to go to IKEA.
But I don't think people from Naples are driving to Tampa either, so therefore I didn't think that was a good reason. But
Yeah.
anyway, what do we put?
I think some of the amusements are getting some attention in the malls because why? So many of us are on the internet. We're ordering
Right.
off the internet. And you know, if you read the studies, they say, and you believe them, 5 to 10 years, malls are not going to be what we know them today.
Yeah.
People don't go shopping like they used to
That's
today.
true.
So let's have some fun.
And you know, we think there've always been malls. I remember covering the first mall ever built in Atlanta as we know them today. So it hasn't always been that way. So I can see it evolving and becoming something else. And maybe the big stores like, I don't know, Home Depot or something like that downtown, places we have to go.
Right.
We still have to go there to pick up
I
things.
think Westfield Siesta Key's onto something, though.
I do, too.
If they
Yeah.
put indoor mini golf or something like that there, you're already there for restaurants because
And then
they're
you
doing
can
that.
leave your kids there and they can entertain themselves.
I don't know about that, but at
Yeah.
least you have another place to go with your family. And again, I like the idea of the restaurant being inside the mall because you have to wait for tables, you might as well have activities arcades. I mean, things to
There
do.
needs to be something
I
there.
think everything is a cycle. So, you know, right now the online shopping is a cycle. I honestly feel like that cycle will eventually run its course too. And then malls will have a resurgence.
Yes.
I feel like, you know, you get to a point where you like the convenience, and then you're going to get to a point where you want to actually try on the outfit and touch it and
Or
feel
leave
it
your
again.
homes.
Yeah.
Are we never going to leave our homes again to go shopping?
So I think it's just a cycle. We just need to roll this one through. And
Yeah,
then,
but
you know.
empty shopping centers sitting there until the cycle's over won't work.
Yes.
So
Right.
we've got to put something in there.
It could
No.
easily be a 20-year cycle. You know, in the
That's true.
fashion industry, you do every 20 years. You
Oh, really?
Yes, you resurrect something every 20 years. We can't
Well,
wait that
we're
long.
trying
No,
here. They're trying hard with the restaurants at the Siesta Key Westfield, and I like that. Well, there was a new matchup on the baseball diamond this weekend, umpires versus ball players. The Major League umps all wore white wristbands during Saturday's games in protest of abusive player behavior. It stemmed from an incident with the Detroit Tigers, but it expands to what umpires say is the overall leniency on players and managers who are allowed open season on umps, and that this is bad for the game. MLB says the country is just in a mood to protest. This makes me sad that baseball had to be the contentious spot of the weekend.
You have got to respect something. There has got to
Yes.
be an authority that you respect that's the final word. And I think it goes back to not respecting our parents enough, you know, because the umpire is the parent figure on the field. So I find this very sad.
Parents, teachers, I mean, aren't we all
Authority.
raised to respect authority? And
But not anymore.
Why is
because
that
now
happening?
We were.
We were.
Now it becomes if the authority questions you, you then go to your parent or someone else to question the authority and how dare you speak to my child this way. And there's never really
right.
a final say in many situations.
Now,
There's
on the
always
flip
a
side,
complaint.
They should do a little better job. They need to watch exactly what's going on because
but nobody's perfect.
well, nobody's perfect.
but if
then
the
they
game
should,
is on the
they
line.
should have the replay and look at it.
But
Yeah.
if they
Well,
look at
here's fair.
every
But
replay,
here's
the
my
game would go on
thing.
forever.
Here's my thing. I'm not saying that they're perfect. I think you should always be respectful. Even if you
I
disagree
agree.
with a
Yes.
person, you can disagree. You can think that the call was bad, but you don't have to be raid.
And you can ask for appeal without yelling and screaming and swearing and
so
tantruming.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I feel like they may make some mistakes and maybe they need to pay attention in some instances, but just because I made a mistake doesn't mean you can call me names and come in my face.
Yeah, but look what
Absolutely.
happens on the football field. You would know
That's
only
true.
too well. It's worse on the football
Well,
field.
football coaches, I know, are not allowed to talk to the referees. I mean, outside. We found ourselves going to the same church as a referee. We had to change churches. So they're not allowed to talk. At least he was going to church. I mean, that's a good thing. But we were not allowed to talk to them. But after football was over, Bud was very good friends with several referees that he had grown to respect so much through the years.
It's an interesting relationship. I mean, as Bo Beth says, there is a lot on the line.
A lot of tension.
But that's no reason not to respect, because we all have situations in
Yes.
our lives and in our workplaces where there's a lot on the line, but you still have to respect.
Because if you do that to your boss, it's not going to work out so well.
Oh,
No,
exactly.
but I think that's where the issue starts because one person yells, the other one gets mad, and then the other one yells back, and then you have this
Have it
whole
going back and
ordeal.
forth, yep. All right, well, finally, a Red Sox baseball photographer ends up the star of the show, and not by choice. Watch this pitch. Yeah. That was a ceremonial first pitch. Guy feels kind of bad.
He feels
it was a
awful.
wild
Look at
one.
that.
Watch it again, because where did it land? Right on the money spot. Yep. Oh, the photographer
guy.
got a great shot of the ball coming in. Look at this. Right before it hit him where it
and
hurts
today he's a soprano
the
at
most.
the
Yeah, I know. You can't watch that. There was an audible in the studio when we just played the video, because I assume a lot of people understand how that feels,
Poor
though I do
guy.
not. But yeah, whoops. I feel bad for the guy that threw the ball too. He was so embarrassed.
Oh, yes, he was just coming out. I think he'd been through surgery or something.
Yeah, he was actually a cancer patient that had been treated. And he actually joked and said that he had been a baseball pitcher, so he felt bad that he had such a bad release. But this is why I sing, because I don't usually hurt anybody other than their ears.
Keep your eye on the pitcher.
Yes.
The other side of it, he didn't bounce it.
Good point. You get made fun of when you bounce it. He had a
Didn't
lot.
go over the plate exactly.
He had a lot of velocity. A lot of velocity. Great point. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast when we come back. Linda is going to talk to us about her medical surprise.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. We are looking at Sunshine now as the eclipse is just about over, and it looks as though we will see a lot of clear skies through this evening as a result of dry air and high pressure that has moved in across the state temporarily. Showers and storms will be coming back as a tropical wave approaches, but the KCK webcam not showing the difference of the sky during the eclipse, but it was noticeable as you were outside today. A little darker out there as about 80% of the sun was covered by the moon casting that shadow, obviously. Look at all the dry air over South Florida right now. You can see it on the scale from the water vapor imagery. That indicates how much moisture content is in the atmosphere in the upper levels. We have a big cloud mass down to the south of Cuba. That's the remnants of what was Harvey. Harvey's going to continue off to the west. And we have a lot of moisture east of the Bahamas. That's a tropical wave coming our way. Details on that coming up at 5.
We always hear about the importance of skin cancer screening. Well, it certainly hit home for me. I was actually at the dermatologist, of course, for a cosmetic procedure when Dr. Elizabeth Callahan found a suspicious spot on my nose. And I'm so relieved that she did. Dr. Callahan is here from Skin Smart Dermatology to talk about the importance of early detection. Well, I was really glad that you noticed this little spot on my nose when you were doing the filler.
Yeah, it was, we were busy doing what we do, our Botox and our filler, and I was looking at that side of your nose, and I thought to myself, what is that little white, subtle little white spot, almost like a little oil gland?
Yes, it looked like a swollen gland. There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, it wasn't brown. It wasn't like black or brown or anything. It was just swollen and white.
I thought it would have been like a pimple.
Yeah, no, it was white and smooth, and a lot of them can look like that. And then I asked Linda, I said, would you mind if we take a biopsy? This could be a basal cell carcinoma, and I just want to make sure. And she said, fine. So we finished our cosmetic work that day. We did a little biopsy, and then it came back as a basal cell carcinoma.
That was so lucky for me because I have never been checked. I use sunscreen, but you know, it sweats off, it washes off, and I never thought this could happen, just never thought this could happen to me. So I go to her all the time and I say, okay, show me your bag of tricks. What can you do for me? And so I've had filler, I've had laser, I have Botox constantly, but I never thought of having my skin checked.
Yeah, so we have that on the books. We've made an appointment for you to come back.
In 2 weeks, I'm having my skin checked all over. But you did the Mohs procedure last Tuesday.
Yeah, we did the Mohs last Tuesday. And Mohs surgery is a procedure you do in the office while the patient's awake. And you just numb, just like in the dentist, you just numb the nose and you take just what you need, just what you see for the tumor. We actually went 2 stages on Linda. We went to step 2. We had to take an additional layer. And then once we were done with that additional layer, we checked 100% of margins. They were clear, and we were done with the surgery.
And Mohs is a little different. Help me understand this, because you're able to check as you do it. You don't have to send it away and wait for margins and send it back.
It's unique because the surgeon is both the pathologist and the surgeon. So I'm removing the tissue, or I'm then preparing it in my lab while Linda waits, and then I'm looking at it. I'm looking at 100% of margins, which is unique. Looking for any little cell that's abnormal, and then going back and then only taking more where you need to, so that at the end the spot is as small as possible.
And I love that you don't have to keep going back, because I've had to go back for margins before, and then, you know, that's a whole other procedure.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, it's done. By the time she leaves, she's completely done.
And I left and went to the plastic surgeon because I'd waited, I guess, so long that I had a little round hole there. So he had to actually put a skin graft in there to close it up. I get the stitches out today, and we'll see how that skin graft works. So check out my nose tomorrow. That's the way I was for 4 or 5 days. I couldn't bend down. I couldn't go out because I look so awful. That's not an attractive look there, we know.
But an important look.
What would have happened? I wouldn't have died.
You would not have, basal cancer doesn't, kill people, but basically it spreads and it gets very aggressive, and then eventually you'd have an issue with that part of your nose. So you want to catch it as early as possible, get the smallest defect possible, smallest skin graft possible, but catch it early. So easy to have a skin check, and these things are very deceiving. For Linda, it didn't bleed, it didn't itch, it didn't bother her. This was silent.
Yes.
So this is really important.
And they can have different characteristics. Like for someone else, it could react.
It could. Yeah. Some people might look more like a pimple or bleed when you wash your face on the towel. But for Linda, she had 0 symptoms. She had absolutely no idea she had a lesion there that was a problem.
And this could have been a career-ending thing, because it could have taken, if I'd waited years.
If you'd waited,
If I'd waited years, it would have just grown and grown.
Yeah.
From the time I made the appointment, which was about a week, I could see changes in it. It was, maybe I hadn't noticed it before, but it was getting bigger. And I have to say, it was a week ago Tuesday. It has not hurt. I took a Tylenol when I got home from the plastic surgeon. And I was thinking, oh boy, this may be a long night. I slept better that night than I had a long time.
What a great story about the importance of skin checks, though, because
So important.
yes, basal cell is not as scary as some of the others, but a melanoma can present itself in a same absolutely non-threatening matter, yet can be life-threatening.
It can. So just, you know, see a board-certified dermatologist, get your skin checked. You never know really what we're going to find. And what you thought was a problem usually isn't a problem, and then we find something new that, you know, catches our eye. But like I said, this is just being done in the course of some cosmetics. So, you know, it's always important to have someone with a trained eye looking at you.
Because there is something they can do if you get it taken care of quickly enough. Because I do need my nose.
I like that.
We'll see tomorrow how it worked out, but it took 4 days and it's all over.
How often do you ask people to get checked?
Once a year. Once a year.
Well, this will be my first time only, so I'm a virgin at this sort of thing. Thank you, Dr. Callahan. And you can find out more at SarasotaDermatology.com. Dr. Elizabeth Callahan, thank you so much for my nose.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back with Tony Bennett. He sounds just like him.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812, 800-738-9812.
There are few voices more recognizable than the sultry crooning of Tony Bennett. Today's Suncoast favorite, Johnny Russo, pays tribute to him in our Sounds of the Suncoast. Take it away, Johnny.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. No matter what the future brings, as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Hearing your voice just makes me want to melt.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Totally know that wasn't him.
And we hear you've been nominated for a wonderful award.
Isn't that incredible?
It is.
Unsolicited.
It is. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It's unsolicited.
Tell us about it.
Creative loafing, the best vocalist on the Suncoast.
Wow.
I hope so.
love
I can only
that.
hope. It's an honor just to be nominated.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
That's
much.
awesome.
Thank you.
And we know you.
Yes, and I know you too.
Well, and we know we can always find you at the Starlight Room. How long have you been performing there?
114 consecutive weeks.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It was a gift just to get in there. And now to be there, I'm a fixture. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
And you can hear more from Johnny at Chianti's Restaurant on August 23rd. Next, Bookstore One has indie book picks for us. But first, let's hear more from Johnny.
Croon to us.
I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
I'm going to do my best. Oh, this one. I know this one.
Oh, good. There he is. I jumped.
Me too, but I'm not going to sing it.
Oh, come on. The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109. Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Larry Barrett from Simply Gourmet, where we are making a type of Greek salad. But Larry, help us understand that salad in Greece is not salad as we know it.
The first time I was on an island there, Santorini, ordered a Greek salad for the first time. Tomatoes, a little bit of onion, and cucumber. And it was warm. And that was it, with a little bit of olive oil and fresh oregano. And it was like, what happened to the lettuce? You know what? It's so much better without lettuce. We serve it that way all the time. I call it a country Greek salad.
Okay. We'll see no lettuce here and we'll like it, but we will see you in the kitchen in just a little bit. Linda?
The kids are back to school and hitting the books, so now it's time to pick up some adult reading material. Elsie Sousa from Bookstore One in Sarasota is here with some indie book suggestions. What's an indie book? I hate to admit how dumb I am.
No, you're not dumb at all. An indie book just implies that it's something that's carried in an independent bookstore, which we are. So we're not part of a chain or anything. And because we're an indie bookstore, we curate very carefully, and Marsha and all of you have visited our shop, and we're very proud of what we bring in. So this is a selection you might find in our stores.
Like your personal great picks. That's why I like you so much.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody actually read these books.
Exactly.
And the second thing is, if you come in, you know, we'll personally curate for you. Like when you go to a shop, if they with this gorgeous necklace they would find for you. No, seriously. So indie store just carries something with it.
That's so important to me.
And we're downtown, as we were saying earlier about Hollywood 20. Soon to be Hollywood 11, you know, it's important to shop locally to keep the economy going locally.
Well, tell us about these books you brought for us now.
So the Sarasota School of Architecture book is a great, if you want to know anything about what's gone on through the years in architecture on the Suncoast, this is the book you want to read or give as a gift to someone. So it's great. And I'll be speaking like next month about the fact that we'll be doing a lot of interviews with people regarding those books in the shop, which is really great.
Oh, very nice. And the next one, tell us about it.
So Sewing for Children, we have an array of crafts books that we've curated, and it's something from 3 years old on who would be able to sew. To be honest with you, my mother was a tailor. This is what I would have to do because I had no skills, so that would be for me.
So you don't have to have a sewing machine.
Exactly. A lot of them are crafts, which is great.
That sounds terrific for my grandchildren.
There you go.
Now I've got them taken care of. What's the next one?
Morning Star by one of our favorite authors, Ann Hood, who will be here in the wintertime. This is a story of her favorite books, and Marjorie Morningstar was
I saw that movie. Oh, I loved it.
And that was a favorite book forever, and so that's one of the books that we're featuring. Lots of her favorites, and you can go back and think of what they might be for you.
Okay. Oh, yes, I loved that. Oh, I'll take this home. Tell me about this one.
This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So we have an array of hundreds of gorgeous classic books something you might have read a long time ago. You might not have loved it then, but now you go back and you look at it. And first of all, the covers are divine on these books, and taken from paintings, but more than that, they're just beautiful stories.
It looks like an Erte painting, is
exactly. It is, exactly.
And you find such truth in books like that that you didn't recognize when you were young.
Exactly.
And the essentials of classic Italian cooking.
So Marcella Hazan was our neighbor on Longboat Key, and she was the woman who really introduced Americans to Italian cooking, and this is her famous cookbook. And if you want to go back and just look at it, enjoy, it's a great gift for a bride or something. I know everyone goes, you know, on the internet and that, but this is just a classic book. And she was our neighbor.
And especially Sarasota knows the Hazan family so well. We've certainly had their son on the show with us, and that's a great thing to carry.
Yeah, have you cooked any of the recipes?
Yeah, they're just basic. A lot of them are basic. She introduced us to like balsamic vinegar and things that we had no idea what to do with, in different olive oils and that.
Right.
So yeah, it's nothing difficult, but you'd have a great time with it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And the next one, see what I have done.
So it's the story of Lizzie Borden from Fall River, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. She took an axe and gave her parents 2 whacks.
There she did. She was acquitted, but no one's ever sure. And this is going to be the big book for winter time, or fall actually, about what happened to her. And it's really a great story. And no one's sure what happened. She was acquitted, but you know.
So this is a fictional account based on the real occurrence.
The real occurrence.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Very interesting.
That's my kind of
Linda,
book.
you like something like that.
I like murder mysteries.
There you go. There you go.
It's Not Yet Dark. Is that a murder mystery?
Actually, it's not. It's a memoir. And it's a memoir about a gentleman who had Lou Gehrig's disease, and he still does. And what he decided was he was going to live. And so, because he decided that, he has been going for many years with Lou Gehrig's. You know, can't speak at this point, but he's written this book, and he does a lot of different things in the country. So it's a great memoir to read.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not lengthy, gives you hope, where sometimes you don't think there is hope.
And courage not to give up.
There you
and
go.
the last book.
So this is my favorite book right now. It's called The Last Girl, and it's written by Danny Lopez. That's actually a pseudonym for someone who lives in Sarasota named Philippe Dietrich, and it's a murder mystery set in Sarasota.
Oh, we love those.
So it's like, you know, you're going to read this amazing book. You're going to recognize the streets, the restaurants.
Oh, what fun.
The names, the police chief is a woman. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Very fun.
So it's a great fun book.
Oh, I will be down there as quick as I get off the air.
There you
Thank you very much, Elsie Sousa, and you can get more information by going to her website, or you can go to Bookstore One in downtown Sarasota on Palm Avenue. And coming up next, beating bad cholesterol with our diets.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The celestial event of the decade, or maybe the century. Millions take a trip to be in the path of totality to witness the total solar eclipse. We will have full coverage of this astronomical show. Plus, another huge project in the works for the city of Sarasota, why the developer is asking for 2 lots on North Tamiami Trail. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Well, the weather cooperated for the big event here, at least along the Suncoast. Lots of sunshine. Your first alert forecast is calling for clear skies through this evening. We're not anticipating any rainfall, really, as a result of the dry air that has moved in from the Bahamas. You can see that quite clearly. Now, to the east of that, there is a tropical wave, which will have an influence on our weather down the way, and we'll talk more about that as Harvey continues to move off toward the west. What's left of Harvey. Details on the tropics and your forecast at 5. See you then.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
And welcome back. More than 100 million Americans have high cholesterol, which can clog your arteries and cause heart attacks and strokes. But good news is you can help lower your levels by just adjusting your lifestyle and eating certain foods. Now, Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy is here to give us tips. And Dr. Jenny, so, you know, I hear high cholesterol medication commercials all the time, but now there's other alternatives?
Yes, and then people don't have to take those statin drugs that actually, you know, take something out of you too. A lot of the patients that come into the pharmacy that are on statins, they start getting leg cramps and, you know, yeah, you're lowering cholesterol, but then they're dying of heart attacks because it's depleting them of certain minerals too. So yeah, there's other alternatives.
All right, so what are some of the severe symptoms when you talk about high cholesterol?
Well, this is when somebody, you know, doesn't even, you know, just completely neglect their bodies. They get aneurysms, aortic aneurysms, they have heart attacks, and this is what it leads to, peripheral artery disease and strokes. This is something that you're trying to prevent. It's called the silent killer. Sometimes, you know, you see somebody that even can look fit and healthy, and then they have high cholesterol, their LDL is too high, that's the bad cholesterol, and then they end up having a heart attack or a stroke. I've seen even runners, athletic people.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, doing triathlons and all of a sudden grabbing their chest, and it's like you're only as healthy as the quality of your arteries. And that's really what high cholesterol is. You're trying to protect your arterial. You don't want that compromised. So there's good fats and there's bad fats.
So what are the warning signs for
so
this?
Early warning signs, people normally don't really discuss that because they're like, there's no really, you know, early warning signs, but there is shortness of breath. People get tired too easily, low hormone levels. If you can prevent your hormones from declining, that's very big with preventing cholesterol issues, and then severe fatigue, people that are tired all the time. So you know that, think of like a clogged toilet. That's your arteries being, you know, that toilet. So when all of that bad fat is starting to clog your arteries, you're going to start feeling sluggish and slow down. So those are really early signs.
So we need
that
to clean them out.
Yeah, you have to constantly clean them out. Roto-rooter for your arteries.
So you've got some of that.
Yeah, and I always recommend first lifestyle changes when people are, you know, they need to exercise. People are so stationary these days, especially Americans. We take escalators to the gym, right? It's terrible. Instead of like walking or running to the gym. Increase of healthy fats, and then weekly vitamin injections. I can't emphasize that enough because some people are very bad at taking vitamin supplements. So I said, go to one of those holistic doctors, go to a functional medicine, you know, provider, an integrative pharmacy like I am. Do vitamin injections, like lipomino injections, vitamin C injections, vitamin D injections. All help, you know, protect your cells and declog arterial fat.
Well, you mentioned
damage.
food, so tell us what are some of those superfoods that we can include in our diet that would help.
I love superfoods. So superfoods like avocados, fish, so salmon, tuna, because it's just loaded with essential fatty acids. So oats, having oatmeal in the morning with raisins or strawberries is really delicious. That's actually what I ate for breakfast. Uncooked olive oil, because you don't want it. Once you cook olive oil, it converts into a bad fat. So then you're being counterproductive. Oils in general, you want to keep them in the raw form. That's when it's beneficial, and that's when it lowers cholesterol. And then, of course, nuts and beans. Then you take your enzymes, so you don't have to, be gassy.
Speaking of enzymes, you brought some products for us. Tell us what kind of vitamins and products you have that can help.
These are my alternatives to the statin drugs. I love my Mito Energy with D-ribose, because what it does is it's in a powder form, and it just increases the energy in your mitochondria. Mitochondria is where all of the energy is produced, oxygen to go into your cells. So it's helping to be a rotor-rooter to your cells in that way. Okay. And then all of the new studies show, the benefits of essential fatty acids, 3, 6, and 9. Has to be a 3, 6, 9, not just omega-3 by itself, not omega-6 by itself, omega-9. So synergistic relationship, that's my Super Pro Omega. That works really, really well. And then my Mito, my CoQ10 chewable tablets. And I made those because even children can take it, because kids too, depending on if they're eating chicken nuggets and French fries and milkshakes all the time, we still need to be preventative. We want to make sure that we're getting rid of arterial plaque buildup in your body. So lowering the good fat, increasing the good fats and lowering the bad fats in your system. And then you're healthier. Then you're breathing great. You're not out of breath. You're energetic like I am.
And you don't have to deal with all the side effects that come with a pharmaceutical
Right, the statin
solution.
drugs. Again, it's masking a problem as opposed to actually removing the root cause of the issue.
All right, well, you can find out more from all about cholesterol from Dr. Jenny at 8 Dollar Pharmacy. She's on Main Street in downtown Sarasota, or you can go to her website. Thank you so much, Dr. Jenny. And next, one of our favorite films turns 30. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Nobody puts Bo Beth in the corner. Yes, it's Dirty Dancing. We'll be right back.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
Do I need medical exams, things like that?
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number, or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Okay, it is an anniversary. On this day 30 years ago, the very hot and steamy Patrick Swayze teamed up with Jennifer Grey to steam up the screen at the premiere of Dirty Dancing. Some fun trivia, and I find this so hard to believe. The film almost went straight to VHS. The first test audiences hated it, and that led producers to almost consider skipping theaters. Fortunately, that didn't happen. How sad would we have been if we'd have missed big screen, the amazing lift? So Swayze actually tried to cut out the most famous line from the movie, Bo Beth. Nobody puts baby in a corner, or Bo Beth. He said he initially hated it, but once he watched the completed movie, he admitted that it worked.
It's always the little things.
Yeah. And I loved that movie. He was so good looking. And to see that you can come through anything like that if you keep working hard and try, I just thought it was awesome.
And
he was delicious.
Just delicious. The chemistry was palatable. You know, that's what I remember about a movie. And those are the kind of things that you can't always predict.
Like literally you hear the song and it brings you back to
the scene. So 30 years it has been. We're not going to focus on that part, but we'll always be happy to relive the
Getting
moments.
older.
So.
Some things last.
That's right. All right, coming up next, we're going to join Simply Gourmet in the kitchen for a simply gorgeous take on a Greek salad.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, Age Vital.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Rapid weight loss or rapid weight gain, all to make a weight class. Why this yo-yo behavior could be very unhealthy for young athletes. Taking a look at First Alert traffic right now, there's no crashes to report, and I-75 moving smoothly in both north and southbound lanes, all green on the map. Let's get back to Bob for another look at the weather.
Yeah, your First Alert forecast is calling for pretty much clear skies through this evening. Notice this return right here just to the east of Northport. That appears to be a fire right there. Those are not showers at all, pushing off that smoke, pushing off due west. We have an east wind right now set up with some very dry air in place. You can see that dry air covering the Keys through Miami, South Florida. The dry air provided us with generally fair skies this afternoon to view the eclipse here along the Suncoast, and Casey Key showing generally fair skies. More on your weather.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, the Suncoast is at the center of Florida's heroin epidemic, and Manatee County is desperately trying to fight it. We'll talk to a narcotics detective about the antidote Narcan and what they're doing to get more of it to save lives. We have a regional country karaoke winner to sing for us, plus fun family photo displays, and Sharky's on the Pier joins us in the kitchen.
And welcome back. Right now we're in the kitchen with Chef Larry from Simply Gourmet Catering. And we're making a nice fresh salad.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. I call it a vegetable tartare because it almost looks a little bit like a tartare. It's a Greek salad cut up very small. Let me just show you this. The pieces have to be very small. I cut around the outside of the cucumber, and voila. The French call this a brunoise cut.
Wow,
then
that
with
is
the tomato, you don't want to have the seeds in there, but the inside is great to use for a gazpacho. Never throw anything away in the kitchen, and also very small brunoise.
Look at that. All right,
Green pepper, yes ma'am. You just keep cutting, and small, 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 small. It takes patience, but you know, it must happen. You must be patient in the kitchen, and that's where the glass of wine comes in, except when I'm at work.
Well, you're very good at this.
Oh, thanks. Here's a yellow pepper, too. It gives it a beautiful color, and it always sounds better if you call them a gold pepper, right?
So once you've cut up all these different vegetables, what happens?
Then we have a bowl of beautiful vegetables like this, even a little purple onion, some really nice chopped up Kalamata olives, some grease. Now, Lindy, let's grab that avocado, break it in half. I've already cut it for you. Oh, voila!
Nothing to it.
Sehr good. And now just squeeze it right into the bowl.
Squeeze it?
Yes, ma'am.
I never squeezed an avocado.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, I thought I was going to get juice. I got avocado.
No. One of the hottest things right now is avocado toast. It's all over New York. It's amazing. And now...
Should I do this half too?
Nope, that's plenty. And then look, a little oregano, which has that interesting quality. It's almost a numbing quality.
Okay.
And then a little bit of dried basil, some salt. I like to use sea salt. It gives you some minerals.
It's so
and it also
Florida.
is beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. It's American right now, right? And then a little bit of more salt and a little pepper.
Okay.
And then extra virgin olive oil. If you don't use extra virgin olive oil, you're no friend of mine. I'm only kidding. You could still be a friend.
You'd like us anyway.
But here we go, just a little bit. And then a drop of fresh lemon juice. The fresh lemon juice, very important.
Okay.
And then, look at that. We just give it a squash.
With your hand.
Yes. Notice the glove.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one thing, if you don't use a glove on this, man, you're going to have an issue. Because it is just a little bit too sloppy. And then you spray the outside of a bowl, any size you'd like. If you want to make them smaller, go ahead. A ramekin's perfect. And then we press it into this. Spray the outside with oil, put a piece of saran wrap in there, and then refrigerate it for about an hour. Okay? And let's flip that one over. This is one that's been refrigerated.
You want me to flip?
Flip it over. Oh, yeah, no, you got it. Just, you got it.
It's
you
not
got it. No, just put it down. Put it down, because this is what we have to do now. I'm going to move this over. Now, I'm taking off the glove because it's detail work. And you just hold the paper like that.
Oh, so it made a mold.
Voila. In France, we call that a timbale. And then, look, you could use these beautiful...
Wrap it around.
Oh, look.
In Ohio, we call it a mold. Sorry.
I know. This was very popular with Jell-O for a while.
Exactly.
In the 50s
I was going to say, I grew up on this, Larry.
It's just crazy that way. And look, just for the fun of it, if anybody wants more lemon or lime, that's a beautiful thing. I would just put two right in the center like that. You could garnish it with this. The only thing I didn't put in there was just a drop of feta cheese.
Oh, and cheese makes everything better.
And it does.
So for
And you could just go
entertaining,
like
the
this.
presentation is fabulous.
And you
It's
saw.
obviously easy enough to put together, minus a little chopping.
Right? You saw how easy it is. And the chopping, it all happens beforehand.
Right.
You just have all the molds set, and then you just bring out your plates.
Exactly, and we
you're
look
set.
like famous chefs.
And it's
I would hope
healthy.
so. And it is healthy. There's nothing in there that's going to upset the balance of nature.
No, not at all. All right, fabulous idea, Chef Larry. We love,
thank you.
love your creativity here. And of course,
appreciate
Simply
it.
Gourmet, always a wonderful place to get these ideas from
Fantastic.
Chef Larry. Very great to see you, Marcia. Thanks
Great
for
to
stopping
be
by
here.
on a Monday. Linda, we love having you back.
I'll have
Band-Aid
this
and
gone
all.
tomorrow.
You are
We
beautiful.
hope so.
It's okay either way. We're happy to have you here with us. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Be sure to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view. I think we're going to dig in.
Pass that this way, guys.